Greetings! Now we will analyze the registration in the system and the first data entry. We can register using Gmail, Facebook or LinkedIn, if you have one, or you need to fill in the following fields. Here we fill the name and surname, then email, it will serve as a login in the system. Specify a password of at least 8 characters and click to the sign up. Step number 2. We fill out the company name. Workly tutorial. Indicate industry. Other. Contact phone number. Enter the number of employees that will be checked in the system in your company. Then click Next. In step 3, we get a quick setup wizard. We can skip it or start filling the data from here. In the first field, add the location name Office. A location is a place to which device will be assigned and in which employees will be checked. For a certain location only, those employees can be checked for which this location will be assigned. If employees will be checked using their phone through the Workly Time Attendance application, then they should indicate the exact location after passing through the quick setup wizard. Now we should add departments. Each department will be assigned certain employees, as a result of which it will be convenient to make reports on specific departments and edit schedules using the filter by department. Also then, you can assign an employee with a role in the system to a specific department so that he can only view information about this department. Now for an example, we add 5 departments. You can delete one of the added parameters if you click on the red cross. The next point, we fill positions. They are needed simply for additional information about the employee. Now click on the button Next. Step number 4. Create work schedules. The first one is the flexible schedule. In it, you can see the start of the shift and the frequency of the schedule. Consider 2 basic options. You have employees who works 5 days a week from 9 to 6 p.m. and they have lunch included. That is, they leave for lunch from 1 to 2 hours, and you need to reduce the hours on the schedule from 9 hours to 8 hours. During a given lunch period, employees can check leaving the lunch and coming from it. If you need to see employees worked at lunch or left. The hours worked according to the schedule will be displayed 8 hours in any case. We uncheck 6 and 7 days and tick off lunch for each day. we indicate the start of the shift on Monday. The second option, let's say you have a shift schedule 2 through 2. You set the frequency of schedule for tick off the first 2 days and remove third and fourth ticks as a weekend. And you must specify the start of the shift. This is the date from which the cycle starts. One of the features of flexible schedule is that when you assign certain employees to this schedule, they can edit the time period for everyone for each day. Also, employees who will not be checked at these time intervals will be considered to have absenteeism. You can make the absent for a good reason if you add a day off. We will analyze the feature in more detail in one of the following videos. In the free schedule, you can mark the start time and the end time of the work if you want to see the lateness and early departure of employees. Along with this, it's also necessary to note the fixed off hours. Based on the norm, information on the development or a difference of this norm will be displayed. Second option is leave only the fixed hours, when employees have no fixed arrival or departure time. In this case, the system will not count lateness or early departure. If all the checkboxes are unchecked, then the marks of arrival and departure will be displayed simply after the fact. The system will not show lateness, early departure, and the rate that the employee must work out. If you mark 1 hour for lunch, then 1 hour for lunch will be deducted from the employee's hours worked. If the employee marked departure for lunch and after, an hour comes from lunch. The peculiarity of the schedule is that if an employee does not come on any day, he will not see absenteeism. As in a flexible schedule, it will be a day off. Now we create one free schedule. Next step, add employees. At this stage, we can add only 3 employees. It is possible to add several positions to each employee. For example, we add second position here. Here it is said that we can download TimePad from the App Store or Play Market. We can click Next and finish complete. We finished the registration. Thank you for your attention.